But then maybe I can already tell you what's happening here in the next days, so you are prepared and you can already make your choices for the upcoming days. So the next session coming up is the highlight for today, closing the hotel tech track at the ITB Berlin Convention. We have Radisson Hotel Group telling us how they're connecting 40,000 employees with the solution hotelkit they chose. So it's a real best practice case, super interesting. I think worth the time staying. And then tomorrow here in this Hall 6.1 at this stage, the red stage we call it, you have in the morning tours and activities, so everything around what's happening in that space in terms of technology. And in the afternoon is the AI track, so we will have a lot of fantastic use cases, really entirely only focusing on AI. Although if I'm honest, I mean, there hasn't been a single session today where we didn't touch upon AI, so yeah, but still, we have an AI track tomorrow. And then on Thursday, again, we have here the e-travel track in the morning, and in the afternoon, digital destinations. And that's just only what's happening here, so make sure to check the program, because we have 4 stages, 17 tracks, 400 speakers, so there's so much more that you can dive in and learn from other speakers. And I'd say we see us here back at 20 past, and until then, relax. Get yourself welcome, like feel at home here. It's you know, your space here, and I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being here. See you in a bit. All right, are we ready to start? I was just outside and they said they can hear us speaking inside, so I tried to get them in because now This is the last session for today, but still, it is a highlight, especially for me personally, because it's a very interesting use case. And it's not without saying that a hotel group comes and shares their best practice with all the industry. So I really appreciate that always if we share information with each other, how we did stuff and what we learned from it. So please, welcome with me on stage the co-founder and CEO at Hotelkit, Marius Donhauser, and Senior Corporate Operations Manager, EMEA at Radisson Hotel Group, Pim de Hooge.
Thank you.
Is that correctly pronounced?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah, super. Thank you.
Yes. And I'd say I give over to you, and you enlighten us with your very impressive numbers that I read in the description. Yes, no thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you very much, Leah. Next time, please schedule our presentation before Google and not afterwards. So, yeah, welcome everybody to this best practice presentation of the Radisson Hotel Group and Hotelkit. We are going to take you on a story, or go through a story with you that started with the initiative of one single hotel in Hamburg. A hotelier was very innovative and wanted to streamline his daily operations with a platform. And at the end, this ended up us onboarding 40,000 hotel employees of the Radisson Hotel Group on one single platform. So, yeah, hello everybody. My name is Marius Donhauser. I'm the founder and CEO of Hotelkit. And I'm very happy to share the stage with Pim de Hooge. He is Senior Corporate Operations Manager of the Radisson Hotel Group, responsible for the EMEA market. Pim, very happy to share the stage with you. You are our partner in crime at this project.
Yes,
so it's just amazing to be here with you and tell the story of this best practice. So I will very quickly go through the agenda of today. So we are telling the story of the implementation of Hotelkit at the Radisson Hotel Group, share the key challenges that we have faced rolling out the system on a global level, the ecosystem that we have built together with you, streamlining the operations on one part, but also like having a platform in place to share knowledge, to collaborate on a level like this. And we will share some insights on the impacts, but also KPIs. I think what's important to have a look on, this is not like something that is on a chain level. This is also like on a hotel level. So we are showing what are we doing in each and every hotel at the Radisson Hotel Group, streamlining operations, but also on the chain level, standardization and collaboration. So Pim, it started a couple of years ago. It was Sebastian Herzog. Unfortunately, he's not with us today. At that time, he was general manager at a very nice property in Hamburg.
Yes.
And he was looking for a solution like ours. Can you imagine like what he was looking for and what were the challenges that he was facing?
Well, thank you, first of all, Marius, to sit on the stage with you today. Talking about, of course, this first innovative general manager that had the idea of like, how can I streamline my operations? How can I make sure that my team members are not so much anymore behind their computers all the day? He was running a very busy Hamburg airport property with a lot of like last-minute layovers, last-minute information that had to be distributed amongst different teams, challenges with housekeeping, with printed lists and everything. So all in all, he was looking for a platform where all of the employees were connected, where they could track what they were doing, and reducing just the noise, like reducing noise of needing to read through endless emails which might have already been actioned, answering telephone calls when you cannot take the phone because there is a long line at the reception desk. So overall, he was looking for something that would bring all the heads and all the departments together on one platform. So
unfortunately, Sebastian is not with us today, but we have a very short video. So please film up.
Welcome to the Radisson Blue Hotel Hamburg Airport. I am Sebastian, director of this wonderful property. We do have 266 rooms and suites and more than 100 staff members. Since 1 year, we are using Hotelkit in all key departments. This tool helps us to increase efficiency and to speed up all processes in the daily routines.
Yeah, I think he mentioned it and pictured it quite well. I think you had a couple of talks with him. Like,
Yep.
what did he say? What was like the benefit of introducing a tool like HotelKit?
Especially starting in that hotel, we saw that if you digitalize your tasks, your handovers, but also to be able to track what you're doing and making people accountable for tasks they have to kind of execute, that was for him the main benefit it brought. And as said, right, you normally start your day opening your email box, and then you spend an hour sifting through all the emails, like one's not relevant anymore, already been actioned. And then of course the people on the staff members in your hotel that run around on the floor, they don't have time to sit down behind an email. So in essence, they needed some ways to distribute the information quickly, efficiently, to operate in the best, most efficient way. Second to that, he was also very much already aware of the sustainability footprint hotels had back then in the days. So he was actually looking to like, how do I get paperless? That was also one of his goals back then. And you know, having then on a platform that internalizes everything, making sure that there is a digital footprint, there is markups, there's checklists in place, standardizing also for SOPs, especially for maintenance departments. How if there's a new team member that comes in, how can he or she find the right ways to execute certain tasks? Mapping it, having a video at their fingertips if they don't know what the answer is on a certain task they need to complete. So yeah, he was looking for that one-time all solution in that case.
Having like everything together.
Correct.
Yeah, this was like when it started at this property. I can like it was a couple of years ago, and Sebastian then made a amazing presentation about the results, forwarded to the corporate office. In Brussels to the Radisson Hotel Group, and said, hey, this is an amazing tool, and this could be helping a lot of other of our hotels to be and become more efficient. And Radisson, the corporate office, said, okay, that something like this is working out quite good in a hotel in Germany. You know, efficiency tool, it's quite obvious. So let's give it a try in different countries. And we did then a pilot in Norway, in the Oslo property, and also in Italy, in Milan. And also there it worked out very well. So this was in 2019 when we then started to roll out to the leased and managed properties in the EMEA region. It was like short before Corona, or kind of the rollout was stopped because of COVID-19. Also during that period it was like very tough, but also HotelKit helped them a lot in like, you know, having all the hygiene standards in place, making sure that every employee is informed about what's going on, what is the situation, what are the new regulations. So even this was not the perfect timing for us with like having the plan to roll this out. It was a very interesting experience to see how this is like working. After Corona, the rollout went further with the APAC region. We even, like, there was already something going on with the new owner, a Chinese hotel chain. We implemented HotelKit there as well. Had to take on a lot of hurdles from a technology perspective. It's not that easy to run a software in China with Chinese firewall and everything that is going on. And then, like a project that you have been responsible for was this global library project in 22. Do you want to share what was going on there?
Yeah, so I think this all started back when COVID happened, because we really struggled as a main hotel chain in operating in different markets to get, you know, the new COVID standards across to everyone in the right way, in the right time, that they were following the right procedures. And that's where we found, okay, if you make one platform and host all your digital library documents on it, why not implement it then in the same tool? Radisson back then was kind of having a large landscape with different programs, with different SharePoints, with different document libraries, which is kind of all over the place. So yeah, in 22 I started a project of implementing all these digital documents we had in all different platforms to migrate them all into HotelKit. And then with that, it made it also much easier for us to actually maintain the document library because it is an online platform. You update your content. The tool even showcases if a version has been renewed, so team members are automatically aware, oh, this is a new version. Is it compared to an old version? So for us, that was the main key taker to actually have this document library from all these different platforms, all centralized in the handbook section in hotelkit. Yeah.
And this was like also the starting point, like to further roll out the system to basically all Radisson hotels. So giving all those employees the access to those documents. In 2024, the rollout in China was going further. There was also a very interesting project going on where 11 hotels created like their own network and had a shared service center in place. So they use it as a shared service center for IT ticketing. So whenever there is an IT ticket popping up in one of the hotels or a problem is popping up, then there's like one dedicated network, and those 11 hotels are sharing like the service of this center. So coming to the point where we are today with this unified platform, it's we provide it as a white label solution, so it's totally branded on the UI and CI of the Radisson Hotel Group, and rolled out to 40,000 employees in 95 different countries, and the platform itself is operated in 27 different languages. Everyone is kind of centrally connected. But going back one step, I can remember like when we had this conversation about rolling out the platform and provide it to a bigger scale. There was your CEO. I was talking to him, and he was like mentioning like sharing information to all our hotels is like one of our top priorities. Is something that is very important for us on the one hand, but it's amazingly challenging. So maybe from your perspective, from your daily business, how does it feel in terms of communication with so many different stakeholders and employees in so many different regions and hotels?
I think in essence, and I think Chema said that correct back in the days, it was difficult to get your message across to all the different areas, to all the different timing zones, to all the different area support offices, which are all locally distributed over the world. And we really struggled sometimes from the CSO office in Brussels to actually get the message distributed correctly in APAC or back then into the US. So in terms of building together with you guys the Radisson operations platform has really helped us because, and we'll see that later in the presentation as well, we've been able to channel and distribute all the different networks, sending out messages on the global level, sending messages out on more like area level, and then being able to also keep track of like, have people read it, have they actioned it, have they acknowledged it accordingly. So
yeah, I think that the scope was like, enable communication on this huge level, foster standardization, and provide a opportunity collaborate across the different properties. We said it already. The status quo is that is rolled out to 40,000 users, 20 different languages. We have a Google integration, so the content is translated in basically every language that you can think of. And it's a journey that we are like taking together, and there is like a lot of the development happening based on your visions for the product, your requests for the product. So we want to have a look on the ecosystem. I think in your last statement you mentioned it already. Like it's very hard to understand. Like for us as an outsider, like when we realized, okay, what are the different layers of communications that we need to kind of put into a system? It was quite interesting.
Yeah. Well, if you look at this map, which is now behind us, like you see that different layers have different can hold up different information. Let's say starting at the top for the global network at the top, this is the information, for example, in regards to brand standards, because brand standards run all over the company in the same fashion. But then you have more like area-specific information, or even information that you should not be sharing, maybe amongst all the different contract types in your business. So be able to actually target the audience that should and have access to certain areas is in this way and in this setup much easier, because you can really target, okay, if I need to only have a message out to the leased properties and only in EMEA region, I have one network that can actually do it, versus, okay, I need to reach everyone, then I use the global network to send out my communication. Simultaneously, for the documents we need to share, right, as I mentioned, brand standards would always be at the top, because for every region it's always the same. But for local HR teams that might operate in the DACH region, the German-speaking region, they might have specific policies in place that the people in the UK might not need. So in that case, you can then actually separate them.
Yeah.
So for us, much easier to navigate, because then you don't have users that are needing to scroll through endless policies and be like, oh, this policy belongs to my region? No, it isn't. Oh, this one? Yes. Oh, that one? No. So in a way, we're doing the sorting out for them already in that case. So.
Yeah, I think what's important to understand it, that it like always starts with the bottom. There is all the different hotels, and they have hotelkit implemented. It's around 400 of the Radisson Hotel Group that have they use hotelkit. Initially Sebastian did it in his property. So it's like really focusing on streamlining the daily operations. There is the collaboration part, having all the daily workflows, checklists in place, and handovers and repair jobs. Housekeeping is a big part of the operation, something that we actually built together with you and with the feedback and the experience of the Radisson Hotel Group. Then we are at the moment launching the facility management tool and piloting this with you. So basically, the important factor that all the employees within the single property are using the system in their daily operations, and they are only one click away from the multi-property edition, where the brand standards, the investment application forms, and this information is shared. Let's have a closer look on the use cases. Let's start with the the one on the chain level. I think this is something that you can tell us a lot about.
Yep.
Some of the stuff you have already mentioned. But yeah, what is like the typical stuff that you and your team is doing on hotelkit and sharing with the rest of the hotels?
Well, especially from as being part of the operations team, brand standard is one of the key elements. We need to make sure that we operate our hotels in the brand standard ways. So for us, having a platform to distribute that out on. But secondly as well, and that is I think the second point on the presentation, is the central point for investment application and finance policies, making sure that all of our hotels are following the right policies in accordance to law, in accordance to making sure that we're not overspending or underspending, that it is all centrally documented in one and the same way. That has really helped us as well, shaping up the financial structure in the company, because it was now much clearer in okay, which areas require more financial focus, which areas might require a bit less, and also approval flows in that way. In the past, it was like one finance application form, and then the person, you had to chase the next person responsible for it. Can you approve it? Where now we built a system that okay, it's been raised for let's say area Germany. So the German people that need to approve that flow are automatically notified, and they approve it. So it flows through much easier. So from a central point, central support office, this was really kind of essential for us, because this made the whole process also much more efficient.
Yeah. So I think the results you covered already, efficiency, reduced cost, having a better overview, and seeing actually what's going on in all the different regions. Let's switch to like the second layer, the hotel level. We said it already, like we have there 3 different tools in place that help in the daily operations. The one is like the collaboration part with shift handovers, repair jobs, work orders, guest requests. You have like the knowledge of the hotel. They are easily accessible for all the employees. The housekeeping part, from yeah, the daily planning of the executive housekeeper, the room attendants getting on their mobile phone, like the tasks that they have to accomplish, the rooms that need to be cleaned. And the third part is like the facility management that we are rolling out. And once again, like, you know, this multi-property functionality that is then giving all the employees the access to all the documents that are shared through the corporate office. Some of the results that you have heard from your hoteliers, can you share a little bit about that in terms of collaboration? What do they see as the benefits there?
Specifically in the collaboration bit is, of course, you kind of reduce the noise. As soon as a task is completed, it actually disappears, so you're not having any more lingering emails in your inbox. I think, and you went really fast over it, but it's also the moments and the chat functionality within the tool. I remember running the hotels with WhatsApp groups, WhatsApp group for the HODs, WhatsApp group for the housekeeping mates, WhatsApp group for the front office teams. So you were having WhatsApp on one end, and then you had your hotelkit on the other end, and yeah, now you have it at least all integrated, so everybody knows one platform to communicate all. And what we saw as well in the collaboration bit was, and that really picked up the tool a lot, is that hotel team members love to share things. They love to share how the breakfast buffet was set up, or what a big compliment they received a week ago or a day ago, and having a way for them to post this in the Moments tool really helped engaging the overall collaboration within the hotel, because now everybody was actually able to see what the other person was doing, what the other colleague was up to, what they have achieved all in all.
Yeah, it was a little bit fast with like showcasing, because I'm looking a little bit of time. But for example, the Moments tool that you're referring to is kind of this internal Instagram. This like something that we developed actually during COVID, because there was not too many repair jobs going on and not too many rooms that need to be cleaned and stuff like that. And we have seen like in our database that there is a lot of activity like still going on in or on hotelkit, although all the hotels were closed, because like it was kind of the community of the hotel, and this was like their means of communication. And what they did is like they shared what they, you know, when they went on a mountain trip, or shared their recipes when they did their cookies and stuff. And this is like when we said, okay, let's make a dedicated tool for that. And I think this changed over time. And as you are mentioning, it's not only happening within like one hotel and sharing, okay, what's going on and introducing new team members, but as certainly on a bigger scope, and using this also from a strategical point of view to share this social part and information on the platform as well. Yeah. Housekeeping, I can remember like there's a lot of funny stories. Initially we built this in combination and built the interface with Oprah. Then you introduced your own PMS. We had to build that interface as well. And I think there is a lot of advantages coming up with the implementation of that tool. We are having done a very short case study here as well. Do you want to? Yeah.
I think in terms of housekeeping, everybody knows back in the days it was difficult because you had to everything printed on paper. The housekeeping agents were already on the floor, and you had to swap, or a guest was staying a day longer, and you had to get the communication across, which was always like a phone call then, or actually walking up to the rooms, where nowadays you can actually switch it already on the back end, and it changes on the mobile device of the agent. So I think the results speak for themselves, but yeah, daily operation, communication, not needing to be on the phone call with housekeeping anymore is, I think, essential, and a big takeout.
Yeah. We did a case study and investigation with one of your properties. It's Radisson Hotel Bergen. It's a property with close to 350 rooms, and we had a look on certain processes that are going on typically on a daily basis within the hotel, and did like the time tracking before the implementation of hotelkit and the time tracking after the implementation of hotelkit. And we really saw some dramatic results in terms of gaining efficiency. In total, this ended up with more than 200 minutes time savings per day. You know, the assignment of the rooms was way faster. As you have mentioned already, like all the phone calls were not necessary anymore. from front office to the housekeeping department. The quality room checks speeded up, and yeah, they like even had a look on what did this financially mean, and they came up with more than 20,000 euros savings for these hotels on an annual basis. The last point that we want to cover is like the third tool. We just have started with this tool. We also did a very small like investigation with one of your properties that has a little bit more than 200 rooms, and we saw that 95% of all the repair jobs have been accomplished within 1 day, and even like 50% of the repair jobs have been accomplished within 2 hours. So a dramatic, increase in efficiency in those hotels using this solution. I think we come to the end of our presentation, right on time. Pim, do you want to like wrap it up?
I think one thing will wrap it up, like what has it brought? Within Radisson, we've actually been able now to get all the hotels working from a silo hotels, island hotels, all into like one big collaborative platform altogether. So from silo to central. Yeah.
Okay. So thank you very much for your attendance, and thank you for being with me here on stage. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. That was extensive insights. Impressive. A lot of time saved.
Yes.
We love that.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Marius Donhauser from hotelkit and Pim Donhauser from Radisson Hotel Group. Where do we find you next days? You have a beautiful booth.
Yes, we are in hall 71C, and
Right.
our stand has the number 107.
Right.
So perfectly prepared.
Yeah. Pop by and meet the team. And you, Pim, you'll be around next days.
Hall number 9, booth 119. But as soon as you
It's huge.
Yeah,
as soon as you
can't
walk
miss
in, you can't miss it. It's literally
very
like
big.
there. Like
Yeah.
it's,
Well, it was a pleasure having you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
See
much.
you around the next
Thank
days.
you.
And that's a wrap up for the Hotel Technology track here at the ITB Berlin Convention. Thank you so much for having been with us, and see you back tomorrow here for the Tours and Activities track, or you find me at the Marketing Distribution track in Hall 71A. I look forward to seeing you around the next days. Have a wonderful ITB. Thank you for your attention.